Hello everybody, my name's John and welcome to our channel. You have just seen the crash or impact that caused the damage on our 144001. It was significant damage, as you can tell, with the bend and the bend in the drive shaft, because it came from, what was it, 49 foot up, approximately 15 meters, 5th floor, down to the ground, bang. So this video is about, can it be repaired even with such significant damage? I'm not 100% sure. There are several parts that need to be replaced. This needs to be replaced because it is pointless just trying to glue that little section. And on the wheel hub here needs to be replaced, so I've just taken one off the other car for now because I don't have any spares. Now, parts that need to be bent back. Chassis, don't know if that's going to work. This steering joint here, don't know if that's going to work. I mean, that should be okay, but I'm not sure. But most noticeably, the drive shaft that looks a little bit worse for wear. And I'm 99% sure we're not going to be able to fix that. But the only way to find out is to try. So I think job number one will have to be getting the drive shaft out, because that will give us a little bit more room for the other jobs as well. So let's get on with that straight away. If you haven't seen the full video of how this accident happened, then I'll link it in the description and you can go and have a look yourselves. Turn the sound up so that you can hear the impact of the car on the ground. It is quite cool. If you have bass, turn it up, because it is very cool. I'm having to take off the rear differential casing because obviously that's the only way to get the center drive shaft out. And it gives me a good opportunity to see if any of the damage sort of transferred rearwards. There we go. Okay. There does not appear to be any damage back there. However, let me get that car out of the way for the second. Actually, no. No. I'm going to just put the rear diff back on to hold everything in position. I do not want that grease and, more importantly, dirt to get back in there. Okay, that just holds that for now. Excellent. Clean this up a little bit. So, this is a roulette, and this is the damage. So, predictions. I am not very hopeful, I will be honest with you. Oh, it looked a little bit less damage, actually. Well, it was in the car, but now it looks quite significant. As you can see, I don't know if you saw the video of me getting this to fit, but I put on a little bit of super glue to hold that screw into place, and it's not done diddly squat. Right, okay, okay, sure, that'll be fine. I have made an, what's the best way to put it, a drive shaft straightener upper, which involves a piece of wood and 2 drill holes, with my theory being that I would try and do it by eye and gradually tease it into shape, and then hopefully, in fact it's not even going through that side, means that I didn't do it very well. Oh, I can see you got that kink there. That one's going to have to be done with some muscle. Let's have a look. Doing this all by eye is not the best way to do it, I don't think, but you know what, give it a go. Give it a go. Wondering how many of you shaking your head at the video right now going, not going to be possible. And you'd probably be right. I'm just going down it just quickly now. I'm not going to bother being too accurate. I can straighten it up later. I just want to see if I can get it roughly into shape. That kink right at the start's a bit of a problem. You see already I've started to damage that. What do you reckon? I'm very worried that if I start using these that I'm going to start sort of bending the bar itself, which would be very bad. Let's just see how I get on continuing with what I was doing. Getting a little bit better already. Let's go down to that major kink. Feel very much like you do one part and you bend the next part. Okay, let's go all the way down and do that. Big one. Let's do it from the other side. Come on, in you go. Out. There. Come on. We're getting there. I mean, it's not the worst repair I've seen. I mean, it looks a bit spaghetti junction-y, but okay, that's done it. A little bit too much, you see. Let's just snap that. Okay, it was a long shot, but still worth trying in my opinion. So, drive shaft, not fixable. Need to get a new drive shaft. Let's see how we get on with the rest. I'm gonna have to nick the drive shaft from the other car because I want to see this up and running. It's the kind of the whole point. Please bear with me a minute. I thought I had a drive shaft that would work, but it will not. I'm going to take the drive shaft out of the other one. I just don't have a spare drive shaft at the minute, so. Right. I do know that the casing has been all chewed up at the bottom in the screw holes, so I think the best thing to do is to get this off and get bits repaired that need to be repaired. There for now. Okay. That's got a slight kink on that one, so I'll take that screw out. Bit much, whoops. That'll do. Simple parts never go back in the same, do they? Just trying to do the reverse of what we just did. I don't want to take it all apart at the same point because I'd like to sort of do it systematically and try and hold as much together as possible. Don't forget, brand new casing means that you're going to have to create new holes, so it'll be a little bit tighter to get it back in. There we go. Come on. Take the screws out. It doesn't feel like it's fitting properly. What's going on? Okay. I put that on the wrong way around. Did I really? Just checking the other one. No, I did not. So why is that not sitting properly? You see, this is a slight angle. What am I doing? What am I doing? No, no, no. That's why it's at the slight angle. I'm just being a bit silly. Just looks really odd because they're at right angles, but of course the chassis is slightly up at the front, so just me being a plonker. Actually, I can use the top housing because there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have to replace that one. That's handy. That's handy indeed. Okay, let's get the repair done here. I'm just going to put one screw in the diff just to hold it. Okay, now these screws have to come off. I still can't believe the drive shaft on that side that took the impact is still pretty much straight. And I know that some of you on the other video probably says it's not straight. Well, trust me, compared to all the other drive shafts on my cars, it's very straight. Where's that not coming off? Okay. Right. Okay. Now, it goes that way, so I need that way and that upwards. And then, actually, I need to take the drive shaft off this. Drive shaft dog bone. Sorry, getting that wrong. Cool. That needs to come off as well. That is trash. So try again. Cool. There we go. It's in position. I'm actually a bit nervous about bending that chassis back now after the drive shaft. I know the drive shaft's a lot thinner and a bit weaker, but still feels a bit nervous. And I certainly don't have a spare chassis anyway. Cool, right, there's that. Cool, that's on. They're ready to go in position. Back to normal. Okay, gonna put that there for now. The steering must be straightened. Look at that nice little kink there. Beautiful, huh? Good. Not bad at all. That's for that. That can go there for now. Okay, this is the car with the damaged ESC, but I need the parts. I need the drive shaft, so I'm just going to have to quickly take this apart. I will fast forward through this part. Okay, welcome back. There we go. Beautiful. Right, now, the bit that I'm not looking forward to. Trying to bend this part back. What degrees do I need? I did have a spare. I have a spare casing here so I can get some idea of the degrees that I need, which is a lot. Am I going to heat it up? Yes, I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to have to take off these side sections. I was hoping I didn't have to, but... There we go, that'll be easier to get to now. I mean, not perfectly straight, but not far off now. Oh, it's so close. A little bit curved, a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to work in tandem now with this side. You're going to have to excuse me, I need to be looking at the chassis sort of head on, so it's going to be a bit rude of me, but I'm pretty sure you can see what I'm trying to do. Sorry about that, the camera, big camera stopped, 30 minutes time exceeded. What do you think? It's not far off, is it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think? Not the worst job on the planet, not the best job on the planet, but certainly not the worst. I'm happy with that. That's good, that's good. Excellent. Right, we're getting somewhere now, aren't we? That can go over there. That's the drive shaft. So, now, put it all back together. That's a different matter. Actually, let's start with some of the steering while we're here. I need to find a screw for that. Well, I've nicked everything else from the other car. I may as well nick one or two more things, mightn't I? stolen. Yeah, okay. Why are they different? I've not noticed that before. I need to check which one goes where then. That one goes there for sure. Which means that this one, it doesn't seem right. Am I undone the wrong one? Yeah, undone the wrong one. So many bits falling off my other car. Oh. Please remember, people, that I'm not showing you that, yes, you can only repair it if you have a spare car laid around. That's not what this is about. This is about showing you that if you go and buy the spare parts, it can be repaired. Please keep that in mind. I just have the advantage of having a spare car laid around. I know, and I certainly appreciate that not everybody has that. If I had time to wait for the spare parts to arrive, I would have done so, but the last parts that arrived from China took only but 94 days. And I don't think you really want to wait that long for the repair video. Okay. They are in, but they certainly are not. Actually, if I take that off, maybe I can hold that and tighten it up a bit more. Good. For those that haven't seen before, there's a bearing at the bottom, there's a bearing at the top. You may need to make sure that the bearings are in position, because that's what gives it the very smooth action there. To hold that down, I am just going to put that like that, just to help it down a bit. Right, now what do we have? What's that? I mean, that's upside down. Do it that way. I'd like to know if that's curved. Can't tell. Right, okay, let's just move on with the rebuild. So, that is not fitting in there. If you see, that side is, the other side is not, and I'm just wondering why. Oh, I've still got a bit of a kink there. Looks like this metal and this metal have sort of squeezed together, which is pretty understandable. Let's remember the impact. Okay. It's not going to go in, is it? So I need to... Is that slightly... Need my big screwdrivers. I'm getting, oops, sorry about that. I'm getting so good at tidying up my tools. I say so good. The wife's making me tidy up so well, but of course, then when I need them, I have to go and grab them. Back in a moment. Okay, to be clear, I'm not just jimmying this for the sake of it. I think what's truly happened is where it's had the sort of the nose down impact, it's pushed this upwards. And the only way to reverse that process, it would be to pull that direction, and I don't have the strength to do that. So I'm hoping the little manipulation that it will have the same effect. Ooh, nearly. In an ideal world, I would have bought a new chassis, I think, because it's never going to quite be the same, is it? Well, we're in. Never coming out again, but it's definitely in. I wonder what other bits aren't going to fit along the way. I think this is actually quite an important video because I'm sure that there's some parents out there that, oh, and kids themselves, my apologies, I don't mean to be rude to the kids out there, but that have significant damage and they look at it and go, nah, in the bin. When it doesn't always have to be in the bin. I mean, you've seen so far a couple of grips. You can bend quite a lot on these cars without a shadow of a doubt. I did notice that all of the heads of these screws are bent, but it's not going to make that much difference. Should hold. If they snap, they snap. Ooh. Well, we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Does that look curved to you guys? It does to me. Let me have a look at the old one. Oh, the newer one. Maybe the curve will help. Never know. Right, I'm going to, before I go any further, I'm thinking let me put the wheel back on because then it'll hold it straight. Is it that one I was using? Yes. Pin. And the hex is in there. Wheel and the wheel nut. Right, now I think it's a good time to get this in before I go too far. guess I need to get the drive shafts in, but I don't think it will be possible. No, I'm going to do the drive shafts afterwards. Need to make sure that the gaps are correct for the bearings. As you see, when you get them in the correct zone, they sit down rather nicely. I've got to do this side as well. This will be a telltale sign, because if the chassis is not straight enough, this will never ever fit properly. Okay, I'm going to tighten up the back first, and then, because I think it's not straight enough, being honest with you. This is where we see if the chassis is in fact had too much damage to warrant any further work upon it. Because to me, it doesn't look like it's sitting properly. I mean, there's not going to be any real surprise. It dropped 15 meters. Need to see what's going on in there. Turn that around so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, now let me show you. We know it's in at the rear, it's in the correct position, and if I try and put these bearings in correctly, that's in position correctly, but you see, as soon as I push that down, it's like I still need to angle it down a little bit more, but I mean, you saw that the casing was fitting just fine, so what to do? Listen, I'm here, we're here, I've used your time up already, so let me just see if I can put some weight on that. I don't like doing that. I like to try and do it as tidy as possible, and bending it down like this just feels so wrong. Even happier if these bearings were fitting. There we go. That's far off, isn't it? That would be indicated in why that bottom bracket wasn't going in, because it's still got some to go. Let me take that out. feels to me like I've bent it really far. No, I haven't. It just feels like it. It felt like I bent it sort of downwards now. Right. What do you reckon, peeps? Is it worth continuing, or would you stop at this point? Oh. How have I not noticed that up to this point? How incredibly very strange. That just need tightening. I'm going to take that out for a sec. Always go back to the same one, don't I? No, I think what's happened is with the impact, the motor's actually, the screws are pulled out of the motor. So I think I have stolen enough bits off that car. I think I'm going to have to call it now. The chassis is just too far warped, and with that as well, it's pretty terminal. Gonna have to get a new mount, new motor, new chassis. If you take the other bits that I've repaired as well, you might as well just buy yourself a new car, hadn't you? Oh, what a shame, what a shame. I'm glad that I've sort of continued with it though, to see how far we can get, but now I'm just gonna have to call it, I'm afraid. It's just, you know, with this as well, I'm not happy with having to bend that by hand down like that. I mean, it's not the worst job I've ever seen, but not the best either. I don't see the point. I think it'd be better off to sort of take the bits off of this car now that are still usable. I need to put, obviously, the bits I've stolen off that car back onto that car, and then go from there. Because I think that even if I fix this, put this all back together and ran it, I think that I could potentially do damage to this drive shaft that is perfectly fine, so I don't want to risk doing that. So, not the ideal sort of conclusion, I'm afraid. It turns out that you can't drive your car off a 5th floor window hotel and expect it to be drivable again. It's just not. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, do that as well, please. And hit that notification bell for future video alerts. Have a great day today, everybody. Please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.